Say good morning, Georgia. Hey, good morning, Facebook family. Dave Beamer here on a beautiful Monday morning. Nice and cool outside, a little bit of a breeze going. So I wanted to wrap back around with a post that I made toward the end of the week last week. And this idea of planning, working, reflecting, and repeating. So this has been something that has made a significant difference in my life. It's not something that I was taught in school or that I knew when I was in business the first time. And so I just wanted to kind of share this concept with you and why it makes such a big difference, and specifically around business, right? So this mindset around business and how this applies to it. So I remember sitting there waiting, right? So just about every week it was the same thing. It was sit and wait for people to show up. It was sit and wait for somebody to send somebody to me, whether it was word of mouth, whether it was a specific partnership sending work to me. And I remember sitting and waiting and sitting and waiting. And then somebody would come in and it would be your job to close the deal, right? So this idea specifically around marketing. So let's talk about marketing. Let's talk about planning, working, reflecting, and repeating, specifically around the idea of marketing. So when you're in your business and you're thinking about lead generation, right? This is different than oftentimes the idea of marketing and sales are they're kind of wrapped together. Marketing and sales are two completely different mindsets and skill sets. So when we're approaching the idea and the mindset of marketing, what specifically does it look like from planning the work, doing the work, reflecting on the work, and then repeating? So planning the work is understanding what specifically your ideal client is. So starting there, regardless of your business. I've got a lot of experience in vocations across the board. And so understanding your ideal client, let's say you're running an automotive repair business. This is just as true in your business as it is anywhere else. You believe that, hey, somebody's going to send me work, right? Whether it's a partnership, a relationship, or a prior customer, that may be true. But if you are not planning a way to go find your people, the people that you want to do business for, your specific niche in the marketplace around automobile repair, whether that's collision-based or service-based, right? Each of you have an ideal client, and it may be different from shop to shop. Then actually doing the work is doing the work that you set out to actually do on the marketing, right? If we're talking specifically about the marketing. So this is what I set out to accomplish. This is who I set out to reach from a marketing standpoint. This is who I actually got this week, right? This is what worked inside of that. This is what didn't work inside of that. And sometimes maybe it's a little longer than a week. Maybe it's 2 weeks that you're planning this specific campaign or this specific approach, or you're trying something, right? And sometimes it's okay to try something on a smaller scale and identify if it works or not from a marketing perspective. So you actually look at what worked and what didn't work as you begin trying something different and something new around marketing. And then from that place, you repeat it again. So you plan on the things that worked, you do the work, right? And then you reflect back again. And what I remember doing was, one, just wishful thinking and hoping that it was all going to work out and come to me, right? But secondly, this idea of just stopping to think, this is actually, you've got to get really clear on where you are in order to figure out where you want to go, right? So like there's a perfect example, right? So on my morning walk every morning, I've always got a choice. I can go that way or I can go that way, right? But if I go that way unintentionally, hoping that I would end up where this road leads me, like I'm never going to get where I'm going. And I know that sounds ridiculously simple, but guys, it really is. It's really, really simple. You've got to get clear on where you are, and you've got to get clear on where you want to go. Specifically in marketing, who are you trying to reach? Why are you trying to reach that group? What do you hope to accomplish once you get them? right? But if you're not tracking and looking at, did I get who I wanted to get, right? What things worked, what didn't work, being really, really clear about that, you're always going to end up at the wrong place. You're going to end up with the wrong customer, which I did a lot, let me tell you. So I was in a production-based business, and inside of that production-based business, there were some restorations, longer-term projects that would come about, and I would take them in because it was money, it was income, right? Not understanding, not reflecting back on what it was doing from a production standpoint was absolutely wrecking us, right? And so you've got to get clear on what it is that you're trying to accomplish in your ideal client, and get super, 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 super strict about making sure that that's the road that you stay on. But you got to reflect. You've got to look back and say that worked or that didn't work, okay? I'm going to tie that to one aspect of the 4 that we talk about all the time: body, being, balance, and business, okay? I know I just spoke to you about business, but let me tell you, if you are not reflecting on where you are with the relationship with your wife, today I'm going to talk about that one really quick. If you don't understand where you are, and you're not willing to get clear on where you are with your relationship with your wife, things in business are never going to work out for you. Some of us, most of us, men, have got saints that we married, right? They make us better men. They give us the ability to go do what we do on a daily basis because of how they uniquely support us. And that's the truth. But like anything, if you're not willing to see where you are, and you're not willing to go to the place to figure out how to make it better and reflect on what's working and what's not working, that relationship won't be there forever either. And without that relationship, I'd have you consider that nothing in business is ever going to work out for you. I know it sure in the world wouldn't for me. So I hope you guys have a marvelous week. Be back to you tomorrow, and we'll talk about this idea of planning, working, reflecting, and repeating as it comes to sales in your business. Love you guys. Have a good day.